People that know me know. You know, I don't need to keep repeating it. I don't need to prove it. I don't need to sell it. I don't need people to buy it. I don't need them to buy into it. I don't need them to invest in the truth that is mine and Coach Nadir's and Coach Now's. They don't have to. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to like me. They don't have to like us. They don't. But what we're not going to do is act like one is better than the other one. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatima, Coach Fatima, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships. Initial wife for those of you that are new, and I'm the co-author of Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored, because let's talk about it. Now, this video is about initial wife privilege, and is there such a thing? Now, I've been told, in not so many words, that it is. There is initial wife privilege. It's a thing. Like I always say, it happens because it does. Because. Well, society looks at things in very general terms. I've found, in my polygynous journey, in all the years that we've been in polygyny, I've found that society is jacked up. And that means that they'll put their stuff on us as wives that are in polygyny. They'll put whatever insecurities they have, whatever rage, whatever anger, whatever trauma is placed in our laps. I mean that to say that society tells us that it should just be a man and a woman, a husband and a wife. Now, polygyny predates Islam. Of course, we get all the negative backlash and drama and negative comments, connotations, all this. We get all that stuff. It gets placed on us, or maybe the Mormons. I don't know if they're still talked about in that regard, but I know Islam has definitely got a bad rap for polygyny and polygyny practices. Now, I wanted to make this video because I've been asked the question. And if I've been asked the question multiple times, I think that it becomes a thing. And I've talked to initial wives, and they feel like they either don't have privilege because of polygyny, or they're very privileged because of polygyny and because of someone else's timeline. In this case, it would be Coach Nadir's timeline of his life, and where the both of us fit in there, where his children fit in there, where his friends, his parents, his grandparents. Where does it start? Where does it end? So it just so happens, and I'm Muslim, so I'm always speaking from an Islamic point of view in that regard. Being as such, I know that I'm placed in his life exactly where I was supposed to be. Not a moment before, not a moment after, just right where I was supposed to be. I'm not the creator. He put me in Coach Nadir's life in the sequence in which he knew it was going to happen. Marriage, children, whatever the case may be. With that being said, though, because I was married to him first, I get the privilege, I get the rights, I get acknowledgement, I get favoritism, I get all kinds of stuff. I get all kinds of stuff I didn't even ask for. So I didn't ask to be placed in a position of privilege. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the people in our community, the people in the world, like I said, society will say, okay, you're supposed to be with him because you married him first. They'll accept it, is what they're telling me. They'll accept the fact that I'm married to Nadir first, Coach Nadir first, because I was here first, and whoever is first wins. Which is not true, because you can have an a-hole that wins the race and it's very very arrogant about it. I won. I'm the winner. Look at me. Look at what I did. Look what I can do. Or you can have the humble first place winner. who says, you know, if it wasn't for my coaches, if it wasn't for my family, if it wasn't for my wife, my husband, if it wasn't for this, that, and the third, you all, then I wouldn't be here. Now, that's just speaking about arrogance and privilege. That's not speaking to say, you know, speaking on the fact that I'm here first, so it makes me better. Nobody's better than anybody else. And I'll quickly tell people when they go, well, you're the first wife, you're the one that counts, or he's got a family with you, they're just a bonus family, they're just a, and I always correct them, say, we're one big family, we're both wives, you know, his children are all his children, he got 2 bonus babies, and he's helped raise them, and he loves them exactly like they were his own. So, you know, it's kind of like, don't do me like that. Don't do my family like that. So I'll be really quick to kind of educate. But if I feel like there's any disrespect, and you can usually tell when somebody's being disrespectful, it's hard for them to hide or cover their arrogance and their ignorance, you know, and their anger and their insecurity. So I just, you know, I have to represent everyone right, because that's how I'm built. That's just how I am. So I'm going to correct them if they say anything that's out of line. I don't feel like I'm better. I don't feel like my co-wife is a replacement for me. I'm irreplaceable. I already know that about myself because I'm unique. She's unique in her own way. She's irreplaceable. So this is not a competition of replacement. This is not a competition, period. It's not a competition between who's a queen, more so me or her. I'm a queen. I was a queen before she came along, before she married Coach Nadir. There's just 2 queens now, and I don't diminish the fact that she is one. And I don't let others do that, because we're both wives. We're both valuable. We're both irreplaceable. We both bring different things to our family. You know, I feel as though some days I'm her big sister, and some days I feel like she's mine. So people will go, oh, Fatima, aren't you older? Aren't you the big sister? No, not always. Because some days I need her a lot, you know, and then she just gives me such comfort. So I try to be that way. So being an F, and she's an INFJ, rare personality type. I'm an ENFP, F. If you're into the Briggs-Myers personality type indicator, you guys can take that test for free. If you haven't, it tells you a lot about yourself. You are answering these questions on your own. There's no crystal ball. There's no magic. There's none of that stuff. There ain't no wand, none of it. So if you answer them questions honestly, then it will give you honest results. Anywho, I never wanted to go into polygyny feeling as though I was a privileged, or I'm of the initial wife, so I have a certain amount of privilege. I'm privileged to be a wife, but I don't say I'm privileged to be an initial wife. Now, there is honor in it because we started the family together. Coach Nadir and I, we started this family together. But that doesn't mean that I get to take the creation of this family, package it up, and swing my weight around and go, well, you know, I started this family. And I don't get to give off that energy and that arrogance. I don't want to do that. People that know me know. You know, I don't need to keep repeating it. I don't need to prove it. I don't need to sell it. I don't need people to buy it. I don't need them to buy into it. I don't need them to invest in the truth that is mine and Coach Nadir's and Coach Niles. They don't have to. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to like me. They don't have to like us. They don't. But what we're not going to do is act like one is better than the other one. Maybe in some people's minds, I'm better or she's better than me. You know, they can go both ways. You know, they can go, your subsequent wife, you're better because you're, you know, after Coach Fatima, she probably tired and through by now. Girl, thank God you came and saved the family. I mean, we get all kinds of stuff. But I'm not going to let somebody else's stuff become my stuff, you know? So I feel as though it's a tough subject. It's not, again, something easy to kind of keep talking about. It becomes easier as you go because people ask you the same questions over and over again. And you go, yes, she's a subsequent wife, but we're both wives. Or yes, I'm the initial wife for clarity. I always say that on my videos in particular because people confuse Coach Nile and I. It's happened many times. People will keep doing it. They're not going to stop. So I give clarity when I say I'm the initial wife, because in the comments, if you guys been here a while, you'll see that people go, well, which one is Coach Fatima? And on IG, on Facebook, they do it all over the place. Do it in person. We've been giving each other's children. People will think my kids are hers and hers are mine, through biology. You know, we're all in one big family. We have bonus babies here, and we have our own children through biology. So just for clarity, we go, oh, no, that's Coach Nyla's son. Oh, no, that's my son. You know, I have to do that more often than I've had to recently, since we started OPR. People in our town where we're from, in the city we're from, were confused until a few months ago. And I'm like, oh, which one is your son? And I'm like, that one and that, you know. So being the initial wife does have its privileges. It is a privilege to be a wife, though. You know, I feel that very deeply. It's been an honor for me. It's not always been easy, but it's been an honor for me to say I'm a wife. It's just something that was a goal of mine. I knew at a very young age who I wanted to have children with. I did that. And I didn't do that alone, but I kind of stuck to my guns with it. You know, what were the goals? Because I looked at how Coach Nadir took care of his siblings. And I said, well, if he take care of his siblings like that, he probably take care of his children even better than that. And he did. And so I just really was, I admired that about him at a very, very young age, So I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know when. I didn't know if he was going to ask me to marry him. I didn't know none of that. I was 15. You know, so it's a lot I didn't know. I just was like, ooh, when I get older, you know, maybe we'll get married, but I'm definitely going to have kids with him. I mean, I was a young girl. I wasn't a Muslim girl, and Muslim girls think about that stuff too sometimes. They might like a guy from a distance and say, oh, I want to marry him. But he asked, I said yes, and that was pretty much it. But with that, I understood that people started to kind of favor me over my co-wife. I could see it happening because in their mind, she's not supposed to be here. You know, in their mind, they want her to go away because we like how this looks, Coach Fatima and Coach Nadir. And that wasn't the way his life was ever supposed to go. So I've accepted that. Years ago, that his life was not supposed to be just about me and him at all, and our children at all. So the Creator had another plan for him than I had in my mind. I was like, maybe us. And then I was like, ooh, maybe he'll want another wife. I mean, he would be a fool not to pick up on some hints, you know. But I knew that I needed to make this video, guys, because I see so many subsequent wives being dragged and being disliked just for the sheer action of being, the sheer action of existing or having feelings or coming second, third, or fourth. I mean, just that it's not a race. The men are not handing out ribbons. It shouldn't be. Society does sometimes, but it's up to us to teach people how to treat us. So as long as I have breath and someone approaches me and tries to diminish Coach Nyla, I mean, it's just like at this point of growth, you know, when you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's going on. But when you get to a certain point of growth and acceptance and awareness, it's very liberating and very freeing. So I won't be shackled by someone else's insecurities. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. That's work that they need to do. That's not work that they're going to put on me. I have enough work of my own to do on me. So I celebrate the fact that I'm in this part of my life that I can, you know, speak on initial wife privilege. Some would say there's subsequent wife privilege. I won't speak on that, but because I don't know what that life is like, but I do know how to listen. And I know how to relate, and I know how to understand someone else's journey. You know, just because it's not my own doesn't mean it's not right. It's right for the person that's walking it. So for me, I just wanted to address that. I'm sure I'll talk about it again. And maybe my co-wife and I will do a video. Let us know in the comments below if you guys want us to speak more about our experiences as initial wife, as subsequent wives, and see if you guys want to watch us have a discussion and maybe story time about some of our challenges, some of our triumphs as me being an initial wife and my co-wife being a subsequent wife. Let us know in the comments if you do want to see that, because I'm telling you, we have a good time when we are together. We do. It wasn't always that way, but it wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't this closeness and this togetherness that it is now. So we've been having fun together for many years now. So I enjoy it. Just let us know if that's something you guys want to see. And if you are an initial wife, I'll just speak to you very briefly before I close this video out. Just know that, other people put their insecurities on you, and we can control how we feel. So I've had to kind of take the wheel and take over conversations when someone else tried to get me off of my path, off of my growth, by saying something that they thought would rattle my cage as an initial wife. They can only do to you what you let them. So I've had to walk away from conversation. Have a good day, girl. See you later. Bye. And walk off, because, we have our power and sometimes we got to take it back. Part of taking it back is knowing who we are, doing our own work, knowing that we're not being replaced, knowing that we're not being, diminished by others, because they can't make us feel any kind of way. We control us. We get the privilege of controlling ourselves. And it's about being a wife, which is honorable. And we don't have to put numbers on it unless it is for clarity, So I've had to tell people, what does it matter? Whether I'm the initial wife or subsequent. Oh, no, it doesn't. Oh, no. Well, then why are you asking me then? So I just wanted to throw that in there. So once again, I hope you guys got some gems from this video. It's my experience and a little bit of encouragement for those of you that need it. As always, I'm going to leave you with a little GLC. And if you guys aren't following us on our socials, why not? I am Coach Fatima. Please follow us. Once again, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships. Follow us on IG if you're not. We're Outstanding Relationships over there. And on Facebook and YouTube, we're Outstanding Personal Relationships. Here goes the GLC. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Thanks for all the love. I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Here are 3 ways Outstanding Personal Relationships can help you.
One is by following us on our social medias. Follow us on IG at Outstanding Relationships, and on Facebook and YouTube at Outstanding Personal Relationships. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Number 2, make sure you head over to outstandingpersonalrelationships.com and subscribe to the email list. From there, you will get downloads as well as updates, any and all updates. And you also get an update on the release of our new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored.
Number 3, if you are serious about polygyny, relationships, and really developing fulfillment and happiness, make sure you register for our Relationship Mastery Inner Circle, which is members only, which includes downloads. It includes access to us live on a weekly basis. So that's at outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/RM. We'll see you soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Peace.